Thank you all for being here, and I'm sorry to start a bit late this session, but it's always difficult to gather people after the lunch break. Before starting this session, we would like to kick it off actually with a short movie that was developed by the Regional Training Center for Water, the RCTWS, of the Ministry of Water Resources and Irrigation in Egypt. If the short movie is ready, can you launch it, please? Thank you.
يا عزة يا عزة، صباح الخير يا بنتي. أنا رايحة أطل على أبوك اتأخر قوي وخد له لقمة معايا.
هو لسه ما بقاش متغير؟
لا لسه يا بنتي والله. همي بقى شوية وحضري الفطار عبال ما أرجع. صباح الخير يا طه.
صباح النور يا
الله، ما أنت صحي يا ابني، ما خدتش مركبك ليه وطلعت تشوف أكل عيشة؟
ياما، هو حد عرف يصيد سمكة؟ ورد النيل مغطي المية كلها.
ورد النيل؟ طب أنا رايحة أشوف أبوك برضه اتأخر.
عليكم السلام ورحمة الله وبركاته.
اتأخرت ليه يا أخويا لغاية دلوقتي؟
يا ريت خير.
إيه لسه المية ما وصلتش؟
هنعمل إيه؟ فرد النيل وموقف حالنا.
لا الطرفات شغالة على طول الطريق. إن شاء الله هتفرج بإذن الله.
إن شاء الله.
شكلها تفرج يا ولاد.
ازاي ياما؟
وأنا راجع من عند أبوكم شفت الكراكات بتطلع في ورد النيل.
يا مسهل الحال.
الغريب بقى إن كان في ناس بتنظف الورد وتجمعه، وناس تانية بيحملوه فوق العربيات.
ما يكونش هم ده عشان دورات التدريب بتاعت ورد النيل.
دورات ايه؟
انا قريت اعلان عامله مركز تدريب الري، عامل دورات تدريبيه اسمها الاستفاده من ورد النيل، هيعملوا منه مشغولات واسعه.
طب ما تيجي يا عزة نروح المركز ده ونشوف يا بنتي ايه حكاية ورد النيل. ده لو حصل هناكل الشهر.
يا رب يوم.
السلام عليكم.
وعليكم السلام، اتفضل.
احنا جايين النهارده نعرف ايه حكاية ورد النيل.
اقول لكم ايه حكايه ورد النيل، اتفضلوا معايا.
يستهلك ورد النيل كثيرا من مياه النهر. انتشاره الكثيف على المسطح المائي يعوق حركة الملاحة، وافتراش أوراقه يحجب ضوء الشمس عن الأحياء المائية فيؤثر على حياتها، والأخطر أنه يعوق عمليات الري. تنفق مصر أموالا طائلة سنويا لرفع مخلفاته، وجهودا جبارة تقوم بها وزارة الموارد المائية والري لمكافحته. جاءت بادرة الأمل من خلال مركز التدريب الإقليمي الذي قدم نوعين من الدورات للاستفادة من ورد النيل: دورات لتجميع وتجفيف وتجهيز النبات، ودورات لإنتاج مشغولات يدوية. لان الورد بقليل من الماء ليكون حقيبة يد تتباهى بها سيدة أنيقة، أو قبعة تحمي طفلة من أشعة الشمس، أو حذاء خفيفا لرجل أنهكه السير. لم يحزن ورد النيل لاقتلاعه من النهر، يثق أن جماله بين يدي المصريين محفوظ وسيظل مخلدا، فقد تغيرت صورته وازداد جماله وأصبح واهبا الحياة للمصريين يستفيدون منه عملا ودخلا.
كتف في كتفك وما فيش ولا فرصة نفوتها، والخير بينا وهيفضل جوانا انا وانت مع بعض. الدنيا بتتغير والخير لو من شافه صغير تصبح تلاقي في وقت قصير سايب ذكرى. ومادام عايشين هتلاقي الخير فيها بالملايين، ونفات سنين السكة هنفضل فيها ماشيين، هنكمل فيها وهنكبر، نحلم تاني نحلم اكتر، والناس بتزيد والخير يكتر ونشوف بكره. الايد في الايد ولا شيء في الدنيا يبقى بعيد، جاي سعيد بنروح من حلم لحلم جديد، مع بعض اكيد هتكون احلى وخلاص جايين. كل اللي زمان يقول لي امين، مستنيين خيرنا وخير كل المصريين، وكنت فين مسافة السنين.
Thank you very much. And actually, this is only a taste of how our national partner in water knowledge project works. We talk a lot about water and related disciplines to water, and this was just only a taste about it. Having said that, we would like to kick off the session that will sign the end of water knowledge project. This is a capacity development project. It's not a capacity building, because Egypt has a lot of capacity that only needs to be developed. And for what it has, Egypt also as a country was able to expand to the African countries. This is why water knowledge is about capacity development implemented by an ecosystem of institutions, international organizations, and Italian institutions, funded but above all conceived with the Italian Agency for Development Cooperation. So we would like to start the session with Dr. Martino Melli, who is the director of AICS, or the Italian Agency for Development Cooperation. The agency not only funded the project, as I said, we conceived together the project, and actually at a full title, Dr. Martino is actually our friend in crime. So Dr. Melli, the floor is yours.
Thank you very much. It's really a pleasure to be here. I would like to thank the organizer for inviting AICS Cairo to this very important event and then this incredible week that is encompassing all the matters concerning water. As you may know, the Italian cooperation since long time is very present in Egypt in the sector of water, and we have been developing a number of initiatives successful like the present one, and then we are looking forward for more initiatives, because we consider water in general, but specifically for Egypt a crucial element to work out and then to be considered. Starting with my intervention, I would like just to underline some fact findings that I think that would be worth to mention in this very honorable assembly. Water plays a critical role in virtually in every aspect of human life. This is underscored by the World Water Forum findings that the total global quantifiable economic use value of water in 2021 was estimated to be $58 trillion, or we can combine equal to GDPs of China, Germany, India, Japan, and the United States. Consequently, the water market is immense, and the water value is huge. Those are very important considerations to be taken in mind. Unfortunately, climate change significantly impacts water availability. New regulation and measures are emerging to protect these precious resources. Water is critical to human life and collective health. Water also is to be considered critical to the world economy. Majority of freshwater resources are used for agriculture, 70%. Industry account for almost a fifth, and domestic and municipal water withdrawals are around 12%. So we state the importance of water for agriculture, 70%. Therefore, investing in water governance is crucial for ensuring sustainable water management and addressing global water challenges. Here, I would like to underscore some key points to consider on water governance. The importance of water governance. Effective water governance involves the policies, regulations, and institutions that manage water resources. It ensures equitable distribution, sustainable usage, and protection of water ecosystems. Water governance is also crucial for several reasons. Sustainable resource management. It ensures water resources are managed sustainably, balancing the needs of various stakeholders, including households, businesses, and the environment. Equitable access. It ensures that communities, especially marginalized ones, have access to clean and safe water. Other challenges: scarcity, pollution, and impact on climate change. Conflict prevention. Clearly defining water rights and responsibility. Economic efficiency, reducing waste and promoting economic activities that depend on water. Health and sanitation is essential for achieving universal access to safe drinking water and sanitation, which are critical for public health. Besides of the importance of water governance, there are many other points, like investment opportunities for private investors. There are various areas where investment in water can make a significant impact. Infrastructure, upgrading and maintaining water infrastructure. Technology, investing in innovative water technologies such as desalination, water recycling, and smart water management system. And then regulatory framework, supporting the development of regulatory frameworks that promote sustainable water use and protect water resources. The third point I would like to underline for water governance are challenges and solutions. The water sector faces challenges like funding gaps, complex regulations, risk-averse institutions. Solutions include creating an enabling environment for investment, developing bankable projects, and mobilizing both public and private finance. The fourth one is global impact. Investing in water governance is not just about local benefits. It has global implications. Proper water management can help mitigate climate change impact, support agriculture, and ensure water security for future generations. At the end of this general speaking, I would like to underline other very critical points. Water and related crises brought about climate change is one of the most urgent challenges the world faces today. A few facts. More than 2.3 billion lack access to safe drinking water, and 3.6 billion people lack access to sanitation, with implications for health, education, and human capital development. 9 out of 10 natural disasters are water-related. By 2050, flood and droughts could cause 5.6 trillion in cumulative losses to the global economy. Therefore, prioritizing and protecting the precious resource and securing sustainable access to various water services for communities is utmost urgent. A largely proven water resources are under severe stress, and water services delivery is facing underinvestment in the sector. In this scenario, closing the investment gap is essential. And the role played by the Italian development cooperation in Egypt is, however, important through the implementation of projects that are trying to face several of the problematics I've been mentioning. In fact, the last decade, many projects have been funded by the Italian government, and I would like to mention just I would say the most recent one. We starting from the 2017 with the MARSADEV project, developed together with the friends of SIA and Bari. And we developed this initiative in the area of the Matru Governorate. Following the MARSADEV, there was a lot of inspiring ideas, a lot of good results. And we developed the GRDP initiative, Joint Rural Development Action Initiative, developed in 3 different governorates in Matru areas, as well as Fayum and Minya. On the experience that we developed with the MARSADEV GRDP, we have been developing further initiatives because you see we are scaling up with our intervention. And we developed the Water Development Initiative, for example, that is a regional one, is a regional initiative that's embracing the Nile Basin, countries embraced by Nile Basin. And then we developed also the most recent one, the Zira 3 initiative. It is the fellows, it takes the heredity from the heritage from the EU GRDP. And then we come to the present one, the water knowledge. I mean, an incredible, inspiring initiative that it was focused on capacity building, training, experts and public personnel, not only from Egypt, but from several areas, especially from African countries. And I think that it was really a really highlighting experience. Had some difficulties, as very often it happens in starting, but then the program was growing up, and then now we are reaching the final point where very much embroidered appreciation from all the participants, the government, and we receive many requests to have a second edition of these initiatives, maybe more focused on the capacity development of the institution and modernizing according to the problems that I was mentioning before. I would like to conclude saying that also we have also on food security. We are embracing water with the CAF initiatives, financed with a very important amount of resources from the European Union. And then we are working on it with the Ministry of Agriculture, of course, and with the Council of Agriculture, Research and Economics, Italian armed branch from our Ministry of Agriculture. All these initiatives I was mentioning, they are initiatives not only assisting government in fulfilling their national and regional commitment to environmental protection and climate action, but above all, contributes to creation of shared prosperity in line with Sustainable Development Goals. The achievement of SDGs number 6, ensure availability and sustainable management of water and sanitation for all, necessitate the collaborative action of institutions, government, international bodies, and all development actions to keep the momentum required to confront global water challenges. So, this is our contribution. This is the contribution of Italian cooperation. We have been stating what are the problems, the huge problems that we are facing, not only locally, regionally, but is a global issue. And then we are trying to to bring our contribution. And then we promise that we will not leave our interest on water governance. We will invest more and more, not only, of course, in Egypt, but I would say at least in the region, in Africa, and then consider us as a permanent alliance and a permanent development cooperation partner. Thanks a lot to all of you.
Thank you very much, Dr. Meli, for the enlightening actually facts and for underlining not only the challenges that are related to water and everything that turns around water, but also for underlining the opportunities and the commitment of Italy toward national, but also especially regional activities and program. What is also important and was highlighted by Dr. Meli is this approach into capitalization, which means that we build on the outcome and we outscale and upscale the good practices in order to yield a greater impact. So thank you very much. And the session will be articulated as such. After the introduction by Dr. Meli, and especially thank you for underlining the commitment of water knowledge and capacity development and this willing of the ecosystem that was operating water knowledge to go into phase 2. So this is also sustainability. It's a reorientation. It's not business as usual, let's say duplication of water knowledge 1, but it is a sustainability and a capitalization for the commitment and the efforts. So the session will be articulated like such. We will start by introducing the partnership, because water knowledge, it is a huge capacity development program that was navigating into an ecosystem of institutions. So it's not built by one institution. And this is why I will be giving the floor to Siambari, represented by Mrs. Olympia Antonelli, who is the head of Education and Training Office at the Mediterranean Agronomic Institute of Bari. After Dr. Olympia, I will be giving the floor to Dr. Roberto Monta, a member of the governing board of HydroAid, our partner also in water knowledge. And after underlining the ecosystem and presenting this ecosystem, we will kick it off into water knowledge. So we'll start with a short presentation of the coordinator of the project, Mr. Cosimo Tendi, and after the country which is hosting water knowledge, a country very much committed to water and to cooperation, and that was our very strong arm, not only in Egypt, but also you will see in many African neighboring countries. So we were able to touch upon very important themes of capacity development, of exchange, of building capacity or developing capacities in many African countries and Arab countries, and this is also due to the commitment and the very hard work of the Regional Training Center. So the floor will be given to Dr. Salwa Abul Ala, President of RTCWS, and we will conclude with the assessment that we did. This is a study that is part of water knowledge. It's a needs assessment of the Central Directorate of the Ministry of Water Resources and Irrigation. Why? Because if you would like, the session is entitled The Way Forward, so if you would like to continue the good work, we have to be able to do a reorientation of the commitments and the efforts. So this is the articulation of the whole session. Dr. Martino, I know that you have also a plane to catch, so whenever you feel like you have to leave. So I will start with Mrs. Olympia Antonelli. Again, she is the head of Education and Training Office at Siambari, my mother institution as well.
Thank you. Thank you, Dr. Rula. And sorry, I need... Okay, thank you. Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen, dear participants to the Cairo and African Water Week. Let me say that it's a great honor and also a big pleasure for me to be here and represent and present to you the CIAM, the institution in which I've been working for a long period. And I would like to thank the organizers and the colleagues for this opportunity. Thank you. Thank you. As Dr. Rula already said, my role in CIAM Bari Institute is that of head and coordinator of education and training activities at the Institute of Bari. So I will introduce briefly what is our institution, CIAM. CIAM is an intergovernmental and international organization founded in 1962, gathering 13 member countries, among which there is Italy and Egypt too. It operates through 4 Mediterranean agronomic institutes, and the General Secretariat is in Paris. The Italian seat of CIAM is located in Bari since its creation in 1962. And its mission is the promotion of the sustainable development of agriculture, first of all, and also other sectors that have been added then, fisheries, food system, food security. And this by means of 3 tools: education, applied research, and cooperation. And the outcomes of these 3 missions, after more than 60 years, you can read in this slide, more than 14,000 students have been educated at CIAM, coming from 100 countries. And in the field of research, since the beginning, around 2,800 publications involving 300 partners. And in the field of cooperation activities, there are now ongoing 91 research and cooperation projects. Now I would like to make a focus on education. Presently at the Institute of Bari, 5 master programs are held every year. We are today at the Cairo and Africa Water Week. So it is very important to remark and to notice that the oldest field of activity and the first master program of Bari Institute is the one related to water and land management. The first edition in 1962 was called simply irrigation course, and then irrigation techniques. And for a long period, from 1962 until 1985, it was the only master program of the Institute. Then other programs have been added, as you can see, the integrated pest management of fruit and vegetable crops, organic agriculture, sustainable agroecosystems and resilience, open innovation. But this is only one part of our education offer. That is to say that besides and in parallel with the long duration and diploming courses, whose titles and diplomas are recognized in many countries. Here in Egypt, for example, they are recognized by the Supreme Council of Universities. The other pillar of education at CIAM Bari is the long life learning. That is to say, short courses within research and cooperation project, as is the case of the Water Knowledge Project, and other advanced specialized courses financed by the Ministry of Foreign Affairs and Italian Cooperation, in which officials from ministries and research organizations participate. And you can see the figures of this activity. In 4 years' time, more than 100 short courses have been organized, and around 1,030 participants we hosted at CIAM Bari. And now, some I would like to make some considerations and some outcomes of Siambari activity in the education sector. For example, you can see that 60% of students come, since the beginning, come from Mediterranean and African and sub-Saharan African countries. Another very important consideration is that the topics and contexts that you can read are constantly updated and respond to the different needs of the countries and to the problems faced by our planet. 74% of students enter directly the labor market, not only in the public but also in the private sector. And this is an impact assessment that we have made after 5 years of education, and that we constantly do by submitting a questionnaire to the students. And another important result is the social impact of our education. That is to say that per each euro invested in education, we generate 3.92 euros as social impact in terms of professional development, networking, interculturalism, innovation, capacity, and knowledge building. This has really very important results for us. And I would like also to show you which is our ecosystem, our education and training ecosystem. Our world that turns around education, we consider it a perfect ecosystem. It is based on networking among universities and research centers, public authorities, and the business world, enterprises, involving also associations and innovation support organizations. But first of all, it is a people-centered approach. And I explain why. But whenever possible, our former students educated at Siambari are engaged in cooperation projects and research, either at the Institute in Italy or locally in the different countries. And in this way, we assure and we are sure of the sustainability of our approach. And finally, this is possible thanks to our hub. We created a big hub by our alumni network. We call it the Former Trainees Network. It is a community of more than 16,000 members, of which 10,000 of which are former students. They voluntarily register to this community, and it is, we can say, an hub connecting alumni to Siambari and to each other through newsletter, forum, flash news. And this is a very good way for sharing information, knowledge, exchanging communication, and dissemination. I think to have I've been giving you an overview of our activities, Siambari activities in education and training. I thank you for your attention, and I make my best wishes for a successful Cairo and Africa Water Week. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Olympia. So that was shortly what is a Siambari ecosystem looks like, a partner of Water Knowledge Program. And now I would like to give the floor to our partners from HydroAid, Dr. Roberto Monta, the governing board of HydroAid. So he will more or less be underlining as well the partnership and the ecosystem of HydroAid. Thank you.
Good morning, everyone, and my name is Roberto Monta. I'm a member of the board of HydroAid. Water for Development Management Institute, and I'm truly glad to be here and present the contribution to advancing water management of Hydroid, especially in this water knowledge, the project that now they show you. But in this project, we work with our partner, Siambari, and the Regional Training Center for Water Resources and Irrigation. Before starting, I would like to bring thanks to all people that work and are involved in this project, to all the participants, from our president, Ms. Elena Actis, from all the board. And a special thanks to engineer Sergio Galletta that worked for us in this project. But what is Hydroid? It's a non-profit association consisting of permanent members with the main purpose of fostering capacity development, encouraging the sharing of knowledge, and enhancing skill and competencies in the field of water resource management. Hydroid was born in 1999 in Turin, and the beneficiaries of its activities are professional, public managers, technicians, experts, and researchers working in the field of water resources management at local, national, and international levels, coming from developing and emerging countries. All the Hydroid activities, training, capacity development, environmental education are free of charge. In this picture, you can see the governance, how Hydroid operated. It's important, the circle, because it means the integrated profile and approach for different levels of governance. There are local and regional, and also national and international local level. Which are the members of Hydroid? As you can see, there is the water governance system of Turin. Turin is an important city in the north of Italy. Probably you know because it's famous for car and also for football. I don't know if someone knows football. And Hydroid is an umbrella organization for several different organizations. There are some political institutions, as you can see, the city of Turin, the area metropolitana of Turin, the Piedmont region, and also the local water authority ATO 3. There is also the contribution of Ministry of Foreign Affairs and International Cooperation that has a specific role in supporting international Hydroid activities. In fact, he has the right to appoint one representative in the steering committee of Hydroid. And then there are also university, Polytechnic of Turin, and from March 2024, in this year, there is also University of Turin. And then there are two companies. The most important one is MAT, that is the local water utility of Turin, publicly owned by the municipality of the metropolitan area of Turin, and Hydrodata, that is a local private company specialized in the hydraulic field. This is the word of Hydroid. So we say that it's a system integrator for water-related competencies. As I saw before, Hydroid is composed by political institutions, universities, and companies that work for training and capacity development activities in the country where it operates. But there is also the world, another network with whom we work, and so there are local institutions, international organizations, NGOs from Italy and from all the world, and also many former participants. I would like to focus your attention to this point, because this network of former participants is particularly important and valuable because it allows our association to design new projects tailored on the local needs with the institution to which our participants belong. So, Hydroid acts as a system integrator, bringing together the best skills and key players in the water sector to develop international cooperation projects in the country where it has been actively operating for more than 20 years. Some numbers of these activities. 91 countries is the country where people that work with us comes. There are 5,300 network of experts worldwide. more than 500 weeks of e-learning, learning on-site and blended learning. We work with 21 universities in all the world. We work with 17 Italian institutions, and we work with 26 water utilities, some in Italy and some in other parts of the world. This slide represents the project that in 25 years we have developed in different international parts of the world. These are international development cooperation projects. As you can see, we start to work in 2005 in Brazil and in Palestine. We work in West Africa. We also in Egypt and also in Eastern Africa, and recently in 2021 in India. We signed and we have a lot of relationship with international institutions. I show you some of the most important international cooperation agreements. A cooperation protocol on sanitation with the Ministry of Cities of the Federal Government of Brazil, a technical agreement with the Ministry of Water, Irrigation and Energy of the Government of Ethiopia, a memorandum of understanding with the National Research Center in Egypt, and a framework cooperation agreement with the University of Dakar. But what Hydroed can bring to help our partner capacities? At first, 25 years of experience in training and international development cooperation. We are an integrated public water governance system that manages water supply, sanitation, and water use with scientific and technological expertise from university and water utilities. We have a capacity to deliver e-learning, on-site training, and blended learning with advanced programs and tools. And we have a cooperation and training model that enhance the relationship, the exchange, and common commitment against climate change in protecting citizens' right to water according to the 2030 agenda. And at the end, some picture from this project. As you can see, there are pictures from the study tour and technical visit in Egypt, in Bari, Siam Bari, and there is also some photos, as you can see, me in Turin, in the City Hall for the certification ceremony. If you want or are you interested to participate to our free of charge e-learning course, you can write to this email that is hydroed@hydroed.it, or keep in touch with us through our social channels, LinkedIn, Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, and our website. I wish you a successful continuation of the meeting and future collaboration and project. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Roberto. So it is, we just wanted to give you a taste of all this ecosystem of institutions where the water knowledge program that is devoted and dedicated to capacity development was navigating. Now, we see the numbers with these institutions, but actually we were able with the center, the Regional Training Center, to put in place a mechanism. And this mechanism puts together the Egyptian partner. So the Regional Training Center has already its own ecosystem of institutions, national institutions that are very much committed to capacity development in the country and also in the African neighboring countries. But also, you know very well that the Egyptian partner is very rich of regional organization. All of them have headquarters in Egypt or in the area, and all of them, they were part of the water knowledge program. So now I would like just to give the floor to introduce water knowledge to the coordinator of the project, Dr. Cosimo Tendi. And I will leave, after Dr. Cosimo, the floor to Dr. Salwa. It's not because the Regional Training Center is not part of the ecosystem. No, because the center is the ecosystem. And because they did a work that is the way forward, their own analysis or need assessment, not only in Egypt, but also in the African countries. So it will be part of our way forward because we will be continuing with them. So Cosimo, the floor is yours, and afterward, directly Dr. Salwa.
Thank you, Rula. Good morning, good afternoon to everyone. I'm Cosimo Tendi, and today we are going to see in brief what was the aim of the Water Knowledge Project and what are the results that we achieve in this 3-year project. Okay, as we said before, the project was was funded by the Italian Development Cooperation, implemented by Siam Bari with the support of Hydrate and the Regional Training Center for Water Resources. The implementation actually starts in June 2023, and keep in mind this date because in the future of this presentation will be important for us. And unfortunately, the project is almost over. At the end of the year, the project will end, hoping in the second phase. What was the aim of the project? The aim of the project was established at the Regional Training Center a training hub for Arab and neighbor African countries through 3 different key points: the upgrading of the physical infrastructure, the improving of the teaching methodology, and the enhancing relationship with the Arab Water Council and the ANCAW. Starting with the infrastructure, we developed a smart farming pilot where we shown the most advanced irrigation technique. Then we developed a media room. The film that you see in the beginning was developed through this media room and through the people that was trained on this media room. Then we improve the IT of the center with a new computer room and upgrading the server. And finally, we establish, or better, we're still establishing, because this one didn't finish yet, the water analysis laboratory that is going to be finished by the end of the week. And this one is give the opportunity to the people that will be on the center to touch with their hand what the water analysis will be. Regarding the training, we develop our training curricula starting with a project document with the input of the Regional Training Center, the donor, the Italian Cooperation, and the all beneficiary partners. We arrive to describe the 9+1 pillar of knowledge. These pillars are covering all the main dimension of water, starting from treatment to the new technology, from socioeconomic to the reuse. All are being touched in this training. Here you can see quickly the training. This training was done more than some, and this one is the one that has been replicated, but they give us an astonishing number. At the end, we get more than 500 trainees that was present, and we use 91 weeks of training. Now we go back to the beginning. You say, keep in mind this date. In 73 weeks of time that we had from the beginning, we make 91 weeks of training. Not as double, but 50% more of the time. Also, the trainees came from a different ecosystem. Many from the Ministry of Water Irrigation, from all the other Egyptian ministry, but watch this 10% that other. This 10% of other give us the Pan-African concept of the project. We train people from 31 countries, over 54 countries of Africa. So we can say more than half of the country of Africa have been trained, at least people have been trained in this project. The lecturer, a huge, astonishing number of lecturers have been involved. We keep more than 98 persons that was involved on different levels in the training of the project. But now, these people is not only people, are people that come from an environment of institution that was linked to the project. Up to now, we speak about what we did, but we didn't see how we did. All the training have been evaluated by the trainees. And also here, the result was very good. On the training, on evaluation between 0 and 4, we got evaluation 0.1, sorry. And also the trainers got a very, very good evaluation, 4.3 on 5. I would say many people came to visit us in Italy. We can imagine that more than 60 people came in Italy for a total of 11 weeks. Some of them I see here. We participate to several main events, and let me to highlight the most important for us. We participate to the COP27. We participate to the Cairo Water Week of last year. We had a very nice, important ceremony for the end of the P3 of last year. And this year as well, we had this astonishing event for the project. So, thank you for everyone for this one. But Rula, please. Before I finish, I would like to thank all the people that was involved in the project, from Hydrate, from SIAM, for the center, all the people that without them, this one cannot happen. Thank you very much to everyone.
So just to underline that this event that Cosimo was talking about in July, last July, it was organized actually at the Regional Training Center, and we had the honor actually that this event was chaired by His Excellency, the Egyptian Minister of Water Resources and Irrigation, Professor Hani Sewilam, who didn't only attend, he was actually a very active participant from the presentation to the highlighting of the opportunities for a new water knowledge, to the commitment of the Ministry of Water Resources and Irrigation to continue the very good work, because this project also got profit from the commitment of Egypt toward the African countries, and from also the initiative that were launched by Egypt, the AWARE initiative during COP27. And we are at the Cairo Water Week, and I always highlighted, we have always to say that thanks to Egypt, water agenda is on COP agendas. It was not the case before COP27. So we had the opportunities to work also in a very good environment thanks to the government, not only the governance of His Excellency. So Dr. Salwa, you are the hosting institution, not only the partner, and where you are hosting now the whole ecosystem of water knowledge. You did an excellent work, and you were a wonderful partner, and this is not always the case. And we know a lot about international cooperation. This is what we do in our life. So the floor is yours. And thank you very much again for being that wonderful partner. Thank you.
Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. Good afternoon, everybody. I would like to introduce my presentation about consolidating success and expanding impact, shaping the future phase of the Water Knowledge Project. My presentation divided into 3 parts. The first part about the history of the Regional Training Center. The second part about the activity of the water knowledge in capacity building, and the third part about the waterway or the way forward. As the first part, that the history of the Regional Training Center. Regional Training Center was established since 40 years. Sorry. Regional Training Center was established since 40 years to support Ministry of Water Resources and Irrigation, water sector, and strategy. And also 22 years under the UNESCO, after agreement with the UNESCO in 2002 to be Category 2 center to support the UNESCO framework in region. The third is the BACWA, Pan-African Center for Water and Climate Adaptation that established during COP27 in AWARE initiative to support the African nation in climate change adaptation. We have a big network with several or different partners, and about 3,800 and about 3,800 participants, trainees that implement or participate from the funding organization as JICA, FAO, Italy, Bari in Italy, GIZ in Germany, UNDP, African Union and Arab State, IBAD, ICARDA, Nile Water Sector, AMCAO, UN Sudan, and UNESCO. And annually, the activity of Regional Training Center, about 5,000 or more than 5,000 participants in 250 activities in the topic water resources management and the technical topics, soft skills, administration, and laws. And in the regional aspect, the regional center implement several topics to about 1,320 participants for 70 programs in the topic of water resources management, integrated water resources management as a tool for climate change adaptation, dam safety and rainwater harvesting, groundwater management, non-conventional water resources, geographic information system, and shared water resources management. And also, the Regional Training Center carried out the need assessment in 3 ways. The first way, by surveying completed by the trainees who attended our training program from 2015 up to now. The second is the feedback collected during the field mission across different African countries. The third, about the third way, another TNA for updating the need early 2024 who attend the the program in regional center and not attend also by email or by QR code. As we show, the training need assessment was conducted about across 41 African countries, most of them from Western and Eastern Africa, and classified according to the themes of AWARE. BACWA focus on these themes. As a result, for the TNA, 36 training program were identified and for diploma. The first work stream that BACWA focus on increasing water productivity, including about five program related to the topic of the water productivity. The second is the reinforced rain-fed agriculture, soil management, understanding of green water, which include 6 programs related to the topic. The third work stream, cooperative analysis of river basin skills, adaptation and mitigation option, and risk of maladaptation, which include 5 programs related to the topic. The fourth, non-conventional water resources, included 7 programs. The fifth, improved early warning system that focus on the weather and flood and drought, which includes 7 programs. And the last work stream is the link between the water resources policy and the climate action, which includes 6 programs. Also, the activity, that is the second part of my presentation, the activities of capacity building through work, through water knowledge project. We have 470 Egyptian participants from 5 ministries, including Ministry of Water Resources and Irrigation, Agriculture, Housing, Electricity, and Environment, that trainee in the project. And also 63 African participants from 31 African countries. The second is the capacity development assessment of the Central Directorate of Water Resources and Irrigation in Bahira as an example or model to be extended all the Ministry of Water Resources and Irrigation in future. And the output fills the gaps of and the problems in the Ministry of Water Resources and Irrigation, and on-job training will be implement, workshop and seminar also. That is the third part of my presentation, is the way forward of the second phase of the project, which include 3 parts. The first is the capacity building based on the need assessment for African and Egyptian trainees. Technical training program will design and implement program to foster a sustainable management and common shared vision of water resources use in Egypt and in the region. Also, we use the training program in virtual reality and artificial intelligence and geographic information system by AI. And also carried out applied project of each training program output, that is the on-job training course. The second is the BACWA platform. International platform through the Pan-African Center of Water and Climate Adaptation will be designed, as we show, maybe contain the challenges of the African country, problem facing the content due to the climate change and adaptation that is hosted by Pan-African Center. That is the shape, maybe the shape of the platform, which include the climate change database, mapping climate change, mapping Africa climate change, and also the partnership from Egypt and outside Egypt also. We have also the research collaboration platform which connecting with the researcher and for climate change innovation and supporting master and PhD on climate change solution. Also talk about tools and model for climate change and the civil society on the climate change research. If we applied the three system, we become a hub center accredited as a Siam-Barry branch in Egypt. After we have the capacity building, which including the accredited program in water management engineering and the national, regional, and continental, which is the BACWA platform also. And the third is the enhancing on the physical and the technical infrastructure. That is the demonstration project and applied project. To be a hub for Siam-Barry, we have infrastructure and the facilities such as the regional training center include 5 technical labs as water quality, soil mechanics, hydraulic, material and concrete, water resources management. And also we have 3 hotels with the capacity 187 and also 2 restaurants, playground and swimming pool. Have also the regional training center have conference room with the capacity 300 participants and 8 training classroom with several capacity, 5 computer labs including AI lab and the media room to introduce, as we show the video film, and also the offline training program, and the smart irrigation farm, that is the on-job training course. Also, we have 8 branches all over Egypt, in lower, middle, and upper Egypt. And thank you.
Thank you very much, Dr. Salwa, and I think that Dr. Salwa showed very well the potential of the Regional Training Center and why the Regional Training Center is supposed to be the water hub, not only for Egypt, but also for Egypt and for the neighboring African countries. And now I would like to relate to her speech because she already introduced the capacity development assessment that is developed in the framework of water knowledge. She showed the results of the capacity development assessment among the African countries that was part of the AWARE initiative and PACWA. And while the capacity development assessment for Egypt, it started with the Central Directorate of the Ministry of Water Resources and Irrigation. And some of the outcomes will be presented to us by our consultant, Dr. Yusri. So all what Dr. Salwa presented with some of the outcomes that will be presented by Dr. Yusri, because the work actually is very comprehensive. It's very difficult in short time to introduce it. Anyway, we will build on these needs assessment and on our expertise and experience with water knowledge in order to build the second phase of water knowledge that was announced by our funding agency, the Italian Agency for Cooperation and Development. And I think that you would never dreamt about a better conclusion of a first phase and the potential of having a second phase. So we have the commitment of all the partnership, but especially the commitment of the funding agency. So Dr. Yusri, the floor is yours.
Thank you. Hello? Okay. Thank you very much, Dr. Vola. Thank you for all panelists. Thank you. It was my pleasure to do this consultancy task with the CM Barry and also with a regional training center. And I have almost a lot of my friends here from the training sector. And I will mention their names during my presentation. My task for the capacity development assessment to focus on the development for all sectors under the central directorate in Bahira. Here you can imagine that we will work with 21 general administration and work with 4,700 employees. Yes, we did it. Okay. This is my task through my contract, through the CM Barry project. The first task to develop of workflow and standard operating procedures. This is the first time to have this input in Egypt, and I will show you our output. The second is thorough task analysis for everything, for the employees, for the infrastructure, for the training centers, everything. And the time motion study to calculate the workload for each job. We prepared equations for each job to know that is this a shortage or excess. زيادة أو نقص، عندنا عمالة زيادة ولا عمالة ناقصة for the electric and mechanical department, for the irrigation organization, drainage authority, and for the survey authority also. كل الأربع جهات إحنا غطيناهم، الري، الصرف، الميكانيكا والكهرباء والمساحة. Also we review the performance management system. هندي مكافآت بناء على إيه؟ We want to reward the people. How can we reward the people? This is a question for His Excellency the Minister in everywhere. How can we reward the people? And we developed the system for performance. And I will show you the output also. And now the succession planning. The succession planning, we have a problem in Egypt for the all retirement for a lot of people. الناس طالعة على المعاش كتير، هنعوضهم ازاي؟ This is the succession planning, and I will show you our output also. The sixth is development and evaluation of KPIs. How can we evaluate the people, evaluate the tasks? ازاي نقيم الناس؟ نقيمهم على الشغل ولا نقيمهم بالمحبة؟ ايه رأيكم؟ الشغل ولا المحبة؟ الايه؟ المحبة؟ طب خلوها بالشغل. Okay. Assessment of competences gaps. Yes, competences. What are competences that we need for the all employees? We did a good job in this. And also development of training curricula. This is one of the main tasks, to link between all these tasks and the training curricula. And review organizational culture and involvement of OD and HR staff. And I thank all the OD and HR staff because they did a very good job with us. They visit everywhere. We visited 63 field visits. 63 زيارة. This is البحيرة, and you know that البحيرة in the north of Egypt, and this is the biggest government that have agricultural lands. And they have a lot of problems according to the agricultural land. And of course, the water problems, they have a lot of water problems. And I think all of you know this. Okay, we did 14 workshops, we did 27 job shadowing. Job shadowing يعني المعايشة. المعايشة يعني إيه؟ بنروح يوم كامل. English only. Okay, English only. I'm sorry for you, my dear Egyptians. Okay, no problem. Anyway, the job shadowing, the ethnography, we did the 27 days. We spent all the day with the people. We spent the day with the pump station, with the drainage persons, with the irrigation persons, the training persons. We spent the day to know how can we calculate workloads, and we did also good job. And lastly, we did 22 meetings and interviews with the key persons and with most of the people. Here are some photos for our visits to the head of the central directorate and to all the people in the stations, the drainage, the irrigation, the survey, everywhere. Now we have a lot of findings. This is a SWOT analysis. But I want to highlight this point, lack of organizational culture. Because when we ask the people, ask the employees about their job description, most of them do not know their job description. Take care. Don't worry, no problem. Don't worry. And also, very important point that we have here in the opportunities, there are many important resources that can generate sustainable finances for the ministry. And we should invest in these, like the survey authority, like the training centers. We can invest and we can gain money from these organizations. Now to the deliverables. The deliverables, we prepared 87 deliverables. These 87 deliverables covered the 21 general administration. We prepared 5 files for each general administration. The first file is the organizational structure for each department and optimal placement of jobs. The second file, review schedule, monitoring of human resources and job succession needs. The third, job cards and performance management system based on competencies. So now each directorate, each authority has here on its own competencies, job descriptions, and the performance management system, and the training needs also. Okay? We created 400 standard operating procedures. Could you imagine? 400 standard operating procedures. So now it's very clear. It's not clear. Why? Why? Okay. It's very clear now for all the people under the central directorate. If you work in the pump station, you have your procedures. If you work with water delivery and the irrigation organization, you have your standard operating procedures. So it's now the time for documents. It's now the time for really learning, because one of our problems in Egypt that we only hearing not to read. Now you should read your responsibilities from our standard operating system which we developed. This is a workflow. Thank you, Rola, because you did a good job here. It's not mine. It's your mine. Yes, okay. I don't have this colorful. General manager of the general administration. Now what we did here this structure. We only collect the data from the people in Bahira, and we try to make all the structures for all the departments, and we did 21 structure for the 21 directorates. Job duties. How can we calculate the workload? How can we know if we have shortage or excess of numbers of the people? Now we have Al-Bahar, for example. This Bahar is a gate operator, and there are some missions for him, and here our way to calculate the workload. The workload calculation, he is a field worker, Bahar, the gate operator, covers distance, kilometer a week, and we have 3 limits. We have the minimum limit, the maximum limit, the optimum limit, and during our job, we recommend the Ministry of Water Resources and Irrigation to work with the optimum. So when we say, for example, that we have in Abu Hummus district, we have the actual 57, but the optimum number based on our calculations is only 47, so they have excess 10 employees. Yes, they have excess. But the other, when we see Etco district, we have shortage 4. Yes, we have shortage. So we can compensate this shortage from this excess. Okay? I think I'm very happy, yes? 40 minutes? 40 minutes. Okay. Job duties for workload of station guards. Now we have this a very important point that when we visited some pump stations, we didn't find any guard. It's a very big problem because we have investments, millions or billions of investment, and how can we keep this? We should here. Now we recommend to have guards, and this is included in our report, final report. And now we developed all these structures, all these work. For example, the general manager for irrigation development projects in Western Delta, the current number now is 185. But after our development and after our calculation, they should be only 138 based on calculations. And we review these calculations with Dr. Amr Da'a and with other responsible people. And we have a meeting, wonderful meeting with the engineer Muhammad Saleh, the head of irrigation organization. And they said that it's a wonderful job. And also, we're developing 587 job description cards. Could you imagine this? Yes, we did it. Position details, position objectives, responsibilities, qualification, KPIs, skills and competencies. Now, this is some examples, and here the job, the general purpose of the job dimensions, and the performance indicators, the main responsibilities, the specialized tasks, and after that, the skills and competencies which the general manager or the manager should evaluate his employee based on these competencies and KPIs. These KPIs is the entrance for a good performance system, good performance management system, because we need this in all Egypt, not only in the Ministry of Water Resources and Irrigation. Planning and acting according to the goal management, goal monitoring and for continuous performance management, evaluation and recognition through performance assessment. Yes, we want to have fair guidance for reward, fair guidance for promotion. This is a performance management system after our development. And lastly, we make this training needs assessment to make link between all our outputs and our relation with the training center. We have technical trainings 21, we have skills training 26, and we have behavioral training courses 11. And these are some of the trainings, behavioral, technical, and skills. You can, and now to the recommendation. I think I have 1 minute. Okay, thank you. Now to the recommendation. The recommendations to be implemented. To make this link, we have a new job description. We want to train the people on these job descriptions. We have developed SOPs. We want to train the people on these SOPs. Because without training, we do not do anything, only some papers. So First, to enhance organization development, please conduct workshops to present the updated organization development models to all heads of the Central Directorates of Water Resources in Buhayra. First, in Buhayra, because during our meetings, His Excellency the Minister and Dr. Ahmed Mithat call all the Central Directorates in Egypt, not only Buhayra. Okay? And the compensation and benefits to train the top management level on how to apply these performance management systems and to implement change management strategies. Please don't resist our change, because we have, of course, we have a lot of districts, so we want to train the people on change management and enhance the role of training center in Buhayra Lamia. And my dear friend, Mr. Adil, Dr. Adil, we work a lot for this, and they have a lot of talents to work and to develop their work in Buhayra and also in Kafr al-Sheikh, and promote cross-departmental collaboration through the training centers. And last, enhance leadership capacity to train all the people on how to follow our development. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Dr. Yusri. And I know that it's not easy to summarize all the work that you've been doing. And actually, the capacity development was just a part of your terms of reference. So thank you also for the huge work that has been done. But just, to summarize a little bit, so all this mechanism, or to well describe all the jobs that are within the Central Directorate and how they are interrelated, will help us actually building the concept of water knowledge too. So it is very important to know what are the terms of reference, how all the different offices work together in order to build any capacity development program that has to address criticalities, inefficiencies, or any distortions in any governmental or in any office in general. So just on a concluding note, and before giving the floor, even though we are a little bit late to any burning question, I would like just to thank all of our panelists, all the partners, the very good work that has been done within water knowledge. Many people worked in order to have water knowledge not only a success, but also a good practice, because this water hub is an idea that will be replicated in other parts of the world. So it's not only a success as a project, it's a good practice as well that will be replicated. And starting tomorrow, we'll start the work on the concept note based on all the outcomes of water knowledge phase 2. So this is what we'll be doing. So thank you very much for being with us. And it was an honor for me to be the scientific coordination of this program from its conception. So thank you very much again. And a special thanks to the Cairo office of Siyambari. Where are the ladies? Thank you very much. Thank you very much for all the good work that you are pursuing. Thank you again. Arig? Arig is the cornerstone. She is the national coordinator of this project. And she is the cornerstone because for her there is no difference if it is Thursday, Friday, Saturday, midnight, or early morning. She works all the time, and especially she works very well all the time. So thank you, Arig, and thank you for all the colleagues from the center. And for also my colleagues who are in Bari, who are not here in the Platea, but who are, and today actually they are preparing the next visit, the next technical visit that will be done in Italy. So thank to all of you. If anybody has any burning question, we can give the floor maybe to 2 questions. Anybody? I don't see. If anybody, you have to stand up. We've been very clear. Okay, thank you again.